What do you think of the Titanic? Because there was rumours of the Rothschilds not going on that boat, JP Morgan not going on that boat, other Americans who are really rich to then dying on that boat where they can then put the banking system together. Is it, how much truth is behind that, do you think?
Well, again, evidence. I'm a firm believer, like, if you're an investigator, you have to look at the evidence. If you believe in law, you have to have evidence. You can have whatever ideas you want. Hearsay and innuendo should not be allowed to indict. I believe firmly in the principle of innocent until proven guilty. And when we abandon this, I've been a target of slander and lies. Of course I am. You know how many times the police have stolen my computers? I've lost count, man. All my computers, phones, they did it recently, this year, here in this country. If I was involved in any criminal activity, boy, I'm either really good at hiding that stuff or I'm not involved in any criminal activity. If you are involved in criminal activity, you will leave a trail. There's going to be some evidence of that. So in terms of what's happening, the question again?
The Titanic?
Yeah, the Titanic. There's evidence, absolute evidence. It does bring in us Celts too, because that ship was made in Belfast. They're very proud of that. But if you look at history, you'll find that wasn't the actual ship. They made two. The version that we see, the evidence would suggest, and it's not the subject that I've studied as intensely as others, but I've looked and seen enough evidence to feel absolutely confident. One thing I know for sure, the three gentlemen that were on that ship were against what we now know, well, I know. The financial system that has bankrupted our nations to the point this country is 7 trillion pounds in debt. America is 34 trillion pounds in debt. Who do we owe this money to? Those very influential gentlemen, those three, were against that system. It was very convenient for the banksters that they died. Very convenient indeed. That's not debatable. That is not debatable. Now, we can debate whether it was an iceberg. We can debate whether it was a sister ship. We can debate a lot of things, but we cannot debate that those three gentlemen were against the system, which I would put forward and have given plenty of evidence to support my conclusion. Those that are running the world right now, say for instance, that are pulling the strings on the decisions being made in this country in support of Israel, Ukraine, right? Those that run my nation who bombed the Nord Stream pipeline, which would have reduced the cost of gas and had created a bilateral and mutually beneficial relationship between Europe and Russia. My nation definitely destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline, which hurts all of the European people. They are conspiring with nefarious interests who have a disproportionate amount of power, and their agenda is World War III. Their agenda, it would not continue to exist. And I think, I definitely want to talk about some of the topical events that are going on in this world, but I 100% agree with those that understand that there was a very huge motive for those three individuals in particular to be dead.
Yeah.
Extremely.